Fox 5 I-Team has obtained exclusive video of a controversial European trip recently taken by the former Lieutenant Governor and Senate President Pro Tem along with state employees.
But since the legislature has exempted itself from the Georgia Open Records Act, taxpayers can't find out exactly how much that trip cost.
Senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell says outgoing Lieutenant Governor Geoff Duncan and Senator Butch Miller led the mission 2 months before they left office.
Right before they walked out, and according to the receipts we have from 2 state departments and sources we've talked to, we believe this trip cost the taxpayers around $110,000. And the 2 men who fronted the trip left office about a month or so after they returned home. The evening of November 19th, 2022. Delta Flight 33 pulls up to Gate E6 at Hartsfield-Jackson, straight from London, England. The I-Team was there too, as we watched then Lieutenant Governor Geoff Duncan get off the plane to an awaiting SUV. Duncan was returning home from a fact-finding mission he and then President Pro Tem Senator Butch Miller led in Germany and London. Duncan brought 2 state troopers with him for protection. Duncan and Miller were in their final weeks of office when the trip took place.
The state's second in command saying he will not run for re-election.
Duncan had decided not to run again.
And under my watch in 2022, that won't happen.
Miller lost his primary race to become lieutenant governor.
We had a 6-day European economic development trip. We started in Munich.
But before leaving office, the 2 men led an 8-day bipartisan Senate delegation to Europe. Among the 14 people on the trip were Republican State Senator Clint Dixon and Democratic Senator Sonia Halpern, Sheikh Rahman, and Emmanuel Jones. What did you learn?
It was an incredible trip.
Butch Miller coming to you on a foggy raining day in London. Can you imagine that?
The Senate made this video of the trip to put out on social media when everyone returned. One source told us, due to all the questions people were asking privately about why Duncan and Miller took the trip, the video was never made public until the I-Team requested it.
And these are all companies that have operations in our great state.
Is this just a junket?
Certainly, considering those that were on the trip, I can potentially see why some would feel that way.
Initially, we couldn't get the exact cost of the legislators' portion of the trip. Why not? Because the legislators who wrote the open records law exempted themselves from the open records law, which means the public can't find out how many trips they take, where they go, or how much it costs. Is that a good idea for the taxpayers not to be able to take a look at what did this cost us?
I don't think that's a good idea, and I think I'm on record of stating as such.
Legal counsel Rick Ruskell wouldn't tell us how much the trip cost because of that exemption, but the State Patrol and State's Department of Economic Development are subject to the Open Records Act, and when we asked to see their travel costs, we found their portion of the trip combined for some $20,000. A source told me the legislative portion of the trip was $90,000, bringing the total cost of the trip to more than $110,000. If you're getting ready to walk out of office, should you be spending tax money on a trip like that?
Absolutely not.
William Perry is the founder of Georgia Ethics Watchdogs and says a fact-finding mission like this takes years to develop. He sees no reason why Duncan and Miller needed to go to Europe when they were leaving office. The worst part, he says taxpayers can't track trips since the legislature is exempt from the Open Records Act.
It's a horrible deal, and it's the biggest example of hypocrisy that exists in politics.
The trip was first reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. After it was reported, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and President Pro Tem John Kennedy released a joint statement saying their offices will investigate this process and ensure the most transparency for hardworking Georgians. But for now,
You, I, the public, will never know where that money went and what it was used for.
We found another trip they may be interested in. Then Lieutenant Governor Duncan and a security detail traveled to Deerfield Beach in Florida. Before his final day in office, December 28th to the 30th, the state trooper's trip cost $758.
The only way you get to find out is because of the state patrol being held accountable to the Open Records Act, but not the government official that they're protecting.
We asked Duncan what was the state's business in Florida. He hasn't responded. And Geoff Duncan didn't respond to any of our email questions. Butch Miller did. He emailed me to say the trip was publicized in advance and was informative for him and all the other senators.
Yeah,
Russ, Alex?
I don't have any doubt that Butch Miller was a charming representative of the state of Georgia in London and in Germany. But you point out the man left office a month later. So what difference does it make whether he learned a whole lot during the trip?
You're right, and that's the point that William Perry was trying to make, that when you do these trips like this, and they're valuable, there's no doubt about it, they can be valuable for a state, but it takes years for it to all come to play, before you see the fruit, if you will. And these two men are going to be gone. Well, they are gone. So, what good did it do them to be a part of this? This is under investigation now internally, and we'll find out, I think in the next week or two, exactly what people think about this once they dig into the records, because the investigators can see things we can't see.
Right.
So,
which is another problem, isn't it?
It's amazing to me that this exemption to the Open Records Act exists. I'm sorry,
right.
That's a little editorial on my part, but the Open Records Act is so important for the citizens of Georgia. It allows the citizens to pull back the curtains and look and see what's going on behind. And you cannot do it in this sphere with these legislators because of the way the law is written right now. The laws are written by the legislators, so.
We know you'll be on top of it, Dale.
Oh, we will.
Dale, thanks.